Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MMA Veteran Antonio Banuelos. Antonio, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Antonio, you got a fight coming up September 14th at Legacy 14. How's training been going for the fight?
Training's been going great, man. I've had a great camp. My diet's coming along well, and I'm excited to make this cut to 125.
How did this fight all come together? Was your management in talks with Legacy, and there happened to be an opening, and then you just took the fight, or was it just they were scrambling around trying to find a replacement, and you stepped up? How did the fight come together?
It was a little bit of both. I was trying to get on this card about a month and a half ago. So my training camp, I started about 2 months ago, and it was up and down, trying to get on this show, trying to get on that, and we were in talks with 2 other shows, and then, Legacy came up and said, hey, we got an open spot, and, I just jumped right in. So, yeah, it was kind of luck.
Is this a multiple fight agreement or just a one-off?
I believe it's a multi-fight agreement. I have to talk to my manager. We got it pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Antonio, where are you training at? You're still with the Pit?
Yeah, I'm still in the Pit.
Mm-hmm. And is Chuck Liddell, is he there at all helping you, or has he not been around the gym as much?
He hasn't been to the gym with us. He's still affiliated with us, but he's such a busy guy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I mean, I still have all my other normal trainers, John Ackelman, and then the guys at Pittsburgh, Cruz Gomez, Justin Fraser, and my strength and conditioning team, Athlon, the San Luis Pistol. So it's been the same people for the last, 4 years that have been helping me train. And Chuck can come down. He comes down whenever he can.
Mm-hmm. You haven't fought since New Year's Eve. What's been the holdup? Why have we not seen you fight in a little while?
Just trying to get on these smaller shows, and it's tough. It's a grind. And then Dream was telling us that they were going to have the show, the 3rd month of the year. So I was getting ready for that, and then they went under. So then after that, it was just a scramble trying to get on a card, and these smaller shows that they a promoter will tell you they want you, and then you start training, and the next they don't have somebody for you. So it's been an up and down roller coaster ride, but I finally got a contract, and I'm good to go next week.
Mm-hmm. You're fighting Josh Sampo. What are your thoughts about him as an opponent?
He's a tough guy, wrestling background. It's going to be a good fight for the fans.
You both share a common opponent, Mike French. You defeated him by unanimous decision. He lost a unanimous decision. Is that a fight? Sometimes MMA math is not what it is, but have you looked at that fight and tried to gauge off that?
No, I try not to look at anybody's record too much, because when it comes down to it, and it sets into the cage, anything can happen. And, I'm not taking anything lightly from here on out. It's too late in my career to do that. I just got to go out and take it to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Do you know much about him, or are you just kind of going in there blind?
Well, I mean, I've, what we got off the internet and some wrestling footage and stuff like that. And, I just know he's got a good wrestling background. He's a tough guy. Styles make fights, and I think I'm just going to be a hard fight for anybody out there at 125. So it should be a good debut for me.
I'm sure you played this fight in your head, 500 times. Where do you see the fight going?
The fight's going to go wherever I want it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to push the pace and keep it where I'm comfortable. So, let my hands fly and get my takedowns and, stuff his shots.
Why did you decide to go down to flyweight? Is this something that should have been done a while ago and that division just wasn't developed enough, or was this something that just recently you decided to do?
No, exactly. I should have been at 125 for the last, I'd say, three years now, but they hadn't had it. So I was with Dream when they announced it, and so our goal was to finish my contract out with Dream and then go down to 125.
Mm-hmm. And how much would you have to cut to make 125?
It just depends. The week up, I'll probably be within 5 or 8. I've been dieting smart. My diet's good and strong right now. Keeping some size on me because I don't want to get too small. And you just got to do it smart and shrink it down. Like this last week, I'm shrinking it down, and then I'll be ready to go. Hydrate and be ready to blast.
Have you done a test cut?
No, like I said, it was up and down, such a roller coaster trying to get if I was going to be on this card. I was going to be, I thought I was going to fight the 14th, and then maybe I was going to fight the 15th, and then if I didn't get those two fights, they were going to push it back to October. So I didn't have a chance to get a test cut in.
Antonio, I wanted to ask you a little bit about fighting for Dream. What was the experience like fighting in Japan?
Fighting in Japan was amazing. It's just a different scene out there. It's the crowd. The crowd is it's a big difference. The only way I can explain it is it's completely quiet. You can just hear your corner and the guy's corner, and that's it. And they cheer for a good punch, a good chop submission, a great takedown. They know they're MMA, and it's awesome. They treated me well while I was out there.
A lot of the fighters that have fought for Dream, not all, but a good number of fighters have said that, Dream, they were either late paying them or didn't pay them at all. Did they pay you on time?
That's the next thing. They treated me well while I was out there, but they never paid me for my last, for the New Year's Eve fight. So I have no complaints with them while I was out there, but because of Dream for the last 9 months, I've been, struggling to keep my head above water. They owe me for 2 fights.
Are you struggling that much that you've had to pick up a second job, or are you still doing this full time?
Doing this full time. I did a couple seminars, and luckily, I got a really cool brother and a real good roommate. That they just, I got people helping me get to my goal. I just got to keep grinding, keep my head above water.
The last time we saw you fight, you had 2 fights in one night, but the second fight in the finals, you fought Bibiano Fernandez. Where did things go wrong for you in that fight?
Went wrong for me. I just got caught. We were pushing the pace. I was hitting them with punches. I was moving my feet. And, when you're playing that striking game, you get caught, and you can't have a guy like that's that good on top of you. So, you can't. You got to chalk that one up, That's about it. That's all you can do. Because when you're out there gunslinging, you're gonna get hit. And I got hit, and I did kind of slip, but then he took it to me when I was on the ground. So I can't say anything bad about that.
I was looking at your record, and I noticed that this had been the first time that you fought multiple times in one night. What was that like?
It was interesting. We trained, crazy. We trained really hard. Really tough, and it's nothing kind of prepares you. You got to re-warm up. You actually got to stay warm. You still have aches from the first fight. It was an experience. It was fun. Now I can say it was fun now, but training for it and during it was tough.
Is that a proud accomplishment in your career? Because now you can say to your grandkids and upcoming fighters, hey, I fought when there were multiple fights in a night. Now you can say that.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's kind of cool to say. Yeah, I fought twice one night. It'd be a lot cooler if I won the tournament.
Right. Antonio, the 2 wins that you had in that tournament, both split decisions, both against native Japanese fighters. Were you kind of worried when it went to the judges' scorecards? Because we've seen some decisions that haven't gone the exact correct way when foreign fighters go into Japan and fight.
Actually, I felt that I won all the fights. But my cornermen, when they took a long time to announce, they were inside the ring. They were like going, and with those 2 guys that I fought, they're real crafty and real slick on the ground. So I was having a hard time pushing the pace and just going out and being really explosive, because even if I took them down, they were going to try something. And like Imanari, to get on the ground with that guy, he's going to break something. It's not like you're going to have a chance to tap. So I thought I did enough for both fights to win. Except for when it took a little bit longer to announce it. It was kind of scary in the ring. Right.
You fought a lot of your fights at the Tachi Palace in Lemoore, California. Is there a possibility that you could, sign up with Tachi Palace fights?
I'm game for anything. In the end, it's to get that belt, that UFC belt at 125. Right now, I'm just going to get through this fight on the 14th, and then after that, we can talk to my management and we can figure out. Me, I'm down to fight anywhere. I'll fight Japan, I'll fight Canada, I'll fight Guam. It doesn't matter to me as long as I'm fighting and moving forward. I'm I'm actually on my way right now to Tachi, to Porter KCO.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. He's fighting him. You've been working with him, and he's been working with you for your fight. You guys have come together and worked with each other.
Well, we went to college together. We've been friends forever. He's like my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always at his fights, and he's always at mine. He came up and trained with us a little bit for this one. I didn't have a chance to go down. Like I said, I was actually going to go down this last 2 weeks and help him out for this fight, but then the legacy came up, so I actually had to stay here and finish out my camp. But I'm driving. I'm not driving and talking to myself, but my friend Bulldog is driving to Tachi. We're going to Lamar right now.
Mm-hmm. Antonio, Frank Trigg, who was commentating one of your fights, I think it was the Umanari fight, and he said that after every fight you get a different tattoo. Is this true, and have you decided on what tattoo you're going to be getting after this fight?
Yeah, it kind of started off like when I first started fighting, I would get some money, and I wasn't used to having like $500, so I'd get excited, so I'd go get tattooed, and it just kind of went from there. And yes, I get that's the only time I have off. So once I fight, I got to get tattooed because I only get a week off, so it has time to heal. But I can't get tattooed while I'm training because you just mess up your tattoo.
Right.
So yeah, I got a few things in my mind right now for my next tattoo. I'm really on my anime kick, so I'll probably start my anime sleeve on my leg. But I don't know. It just depends. Depends on what my buddy wants to tattoo, and we'll see how it goes after the fight.
I see. Antonio, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you would like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Yeah, just fans, watching my legacy. You can follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook. I'm actually more on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. Thanks to my teammates. You guys can go to www.thepit.tv, Athlon Elite, and Bulldog Electric. That's about it.
Antonio, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck at Legacy 14 against Josh Sampo.
All right, thanks for having me.